Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more chess. Playing black today against Shudhodan. And I still don't really know how to play the Sicilian properly, but this still won't stop me from playing it. Playing 15-10 as usual. Okay, so I don't know. I think we do this, right? I don't remember why. Okay, so I don't really want to allow takes because then they get this, which sucks for me. I can take here, and then they get a knight in the center, which is fine with me, I guess. I don't know. My pawn center kind of sucks in that case. Alternatively, I can make one more pawn move and support this more. I think that's fine. Hang on. What about this? I've had trouble with this attack before. Okay, but right now we have plenty of pieces that could block. Okay, so I think I'll go with this. This is a fine thing to try. Try to open up the queen side in that way. Okay. Developing an attack on f7, but I think we can put a if I put a bishop in the way and then they push this pawn, I feel kind of stupid. But I believe I can just push the pawn myself, right? Like, I don't know. I spent way too long developing pawns and not much time developing pieces, and I don't even have a good, like, actual pawn presence to make up for. Oh, this is a little scary, isn't it? Queen can start coming in soon, and then I'll have real trouble. And I can do this, but I don't think it's well defended enough, actually. Oh, well, let's just shut this whole thing down. Sure. Now this whole bishop attack is pointless. Okay, I mean, I'm a little short on space, but... And they developed some good squares, it's true. Um, like, they might want to go here, but at the moment, that's no big deal. My queen is guarding the key squares the knight might try to attack. And I guess the rook is guarding this one. So let's just finally get out a piece. It's a miracle. And I think I'll get this bishop out as well. Just so I can put the knight somewhere sort of useful. Because, like, one thing I've done is I've locked out the knight's favorite square. Do I really want to invite this? I think it would be okay. Alternatively, I could, like, develop the bishop. Normally, I want to put him here, but this pawn kind of locks that down, and maybe being able... I don't know. I think I still want him there. Let's just get this bishop out. I'll be okay with that trade. Will I? I don't know. That's stupid. My, My light square bishop should really be my good one with all these pawns on dark squares. So maybe this was a bad idea. Yeah, I don't actually like putting this guy here. He should have just gone here and control a big, nice triangular section of the board. Okay, go away. I didn't mind that. I wanted to put the knight there anyway. I wasn't, like, excited to castle queenside, but I guess I will. I have good pawn protection, except for this, like, horrible bishop. And I think if I stand here, he'll be dissuaded. Of course, I can't push him away now, but, like, this could do it. Yeah, actually, a knight on b8 is really going to do a good job of defending my king, now that I look at it. What are you up to? Here? I guess. I think I can just hang on to that with my king. I don't know. Oh, no, wait. Now I can't put a knight on b8. I think this might have been too greedy, trying to actually hang on to the pawn. But I don't know, then they just take it with check and I have to move anyway? I think I like this take now. I don't want the queen coming over here at all. So I'll be happy to trade queens. And if they just take with pawn instead, then they're opening their own king up to some attack. Okay, but they're gonna live with that. Fine. So they're trying to get the queen over here. What if I kick away the knight first? That seems bad, because then the queen will have an attack on this undefended pawn, and I can't easily defend it at all. How am I going to get the queen away from this square? I mean, she's got a slow path, but it gets there. Right? Here, knight moves. King up, queen takes doesn't really work. I think I just, like, I'm losing here, and I don't quite know what to do about it. Like, this must be over. The attack looks like it's winning. I'll deliver a check and get into this area, I guess. I'm not sure I can do anything with that, though. My king does not have a good home. Yeah, like if I hadn't tried to defend this pawn, I could be over here, and then the knight could... I don't know. But again, then it would just check me, and it would... Yeah. That's no good. What if we try to break this down? Okay, I'm kind of happy to have gotten a little time. I don't care about anything happening on the king side. Oh my god, the knight is gone. That's a miracle. What do I do with it? Where is he going? I mean, I guess they're trying to open up this, right? So I think I have to here to be defending? I don't have time to mess around with this anymore. There's no other pieces that can get in time. It has to be this rook. And I can't take, because then the pawn does just as good a job as the bishop does. I just have to watch this square. But the knight comes back and dislodges me, and then I have to trade here anyway and lose, right? Yeah. Well, I think I do lose, right? Like, what am I supposed to do? Well, the knight has to take first, and then they have to spend another move going here, which doesn't come with check. Is there some way out here? I don't think there is. I can't, like, I'm on a different square color than the queen, so I can't, like, diagonally attack her or pin the knight or something. I can't put the knight anywhere useful. Takes, takes. Frees up this square. No, because the knight's guarding. I think we're just dead. Well, yeah, we are, right? Even if I make them take here, I grab the knight. But then check, only legal move is here, mate, and it's not guarded. Oh, let's get the knight out of the way to guard that then. Oh, I can't go. Yeah, I can go here. That's right. I believe only one legal move, yeah. But look at this knight. He's a monster. For the moment. This is now the only legal move again. Okay, only legal move. Oh, and now I'm getting stuck. Okay, you got me. The knight, the rook's guarding these squares. Yeah. All right, so how bad was the opening? It was really bad, right? But like, I just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing in the Sicilian, but I don't know what I'm doing in any other openings either. So first problem was pawn here, which seemed cool to protect this guy, but I don't know. These entry squares ended up being a problem. I really weakened my light squares with this. Probably just take, right? I guess. I don't know. I wanted to maintain some kind of center. Yeah, don't castle over here. That's fair. Just move the rook, I guess? Okay. I mean, apparently this is fine. It prefers bishop takes first, attacking the queen. That's a good point. They haven't yet developed as much of an attack over here. And so this maybe exposes them to a little bit more danger. Therefore, they might trade queens instead. And I do end up weakening their king, and then I get out of it. That's true. Okay. So, I mean, it says those were my only mistakes. This one was a mistake, but I was losing anyway. It says deliver a check first. But then they just block and... Oh, I see. Then you get the queen over here so the knight is pinned. You're still in very bad shape. And they just harass you for a while, and then it's a throw away your queen to stop this knight from killing you. So, but fine. I mean, really, the problem was, like, in the opening. I just spent a long time not doing anything and didn't know what I was supposed to do about this pawn. They were actually supposed to take. I thought I would be recapturing this way. Why am I not? Oh, my rook is toasted, huh? Okay, fair enough. All right, let's get back into another game here. I don't know. I guess we should just play e5, knight f6. Stop pretending I know what I'm doing well enough to play the Sicilian. Hope they don't over open with the queen pawn because I know even less what to do there. Okay, this is like being attacked as usual. We develop the knight, and then we have this to shove in their face if they try to go any further, I believe. Really? Willing to sack that, huh? That's is that the fried liver? I'm not sure. What about queen here? No, that drops the knight. And nothing else can block usefully. Okay. Away we go. Oh, the knight is dead anyway. I didn't notice that. I thought this was supposed to work as a way to deflect the attack, but actually it sucks. I just lose instantly. What the hell? I mean, the only legal move is to sack a bishop and then lose. I thought that that was actually supposed to work against this attack. I didn't, like, reanalyze it today. Maybe that only works if you, like... Huh. So you are supposed to do this, but then don't retake. Chase away the bishop first. I see. This is bad, but not as bad as it turned out to be. Takes. Queen here. Oh, just run into the open with the king. Well, sure. Since I didn't see the danger of this, it looked much safer to be here. But, right, because I hadn't noticed that the knight is under attack twice, and therefore they can just take here. Oh, also, what am I even doing? God, I wasn't thinking at all that game. You're supposed to just take this. I guess it's still mate. Right. Okay. But you're supposed to come up here. Oh my god, that's so scary. They can add another attacker to the knight, and then what do you do? Oh, you had another defender. Look at that. See, every so often I show my games to, like, some other players I know who are better than I am, although not all of them by a lot. And earlier today, someone was like, you were playing the Sicilian, and like, why didn't you do the normal thing? You did this weird thing instead. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing in the Sicilian or any other opening. And I was like, this is the standard opening. I should just go for it. Like, I don't the standard, but it is, I believe, the most popular response. E4 is E5, and apparently this whole thing just, like, you have to know how to refute it. Because otherwise you get tricked into some silly nonsense. Right, like, this position is apparently totally fine. But not if you go here. Okay, let's get a third game in. It'll be a red letter day. Breaking new records for a single episode. Playing white this time against King Kalon? Okay, Scandinavian. One of the few openings I recognize. And I believe we just develop here, and they send the queen back home. Is that right? I saw that happen before. Okay, they're not going to do that. Are there any threats? I mean, not immediately. Can I develop any threats? I mean, I think I'm just going to put a knight out here. This is maybe right, but I worry that there's somehow something wrong with it, and I want to get more pieces out. Okay. I actually kind of like it now, because they've just spent some effort not developing this pawn enough to challenge it, and so now if they want to challenge, they're wasting time. I don't know. Does that make sense? Who can say? I mean, we can try to chase the bishop away. But I think I'd rather just develop my bishop. Like, I wanted to put him here anyway, right? And now I'm closer to castling. The pin is gone. Everybody's happy, right? This gets my knight out of the pin as well. Ooh. That's something, huh? Where are you going? Now, it's creating this battery here, but I don't really care. First of all, this is defended like 3 times. But also I have this, which attacks the bishop. It reveals my bishop being attacked. But my bishop is actually still defended twice, so it's fine. And their bishop is now attacked 3 times and defended only once, and also pinned to the queen. So, like, I don't know. This seems very good. Like, there are a lot of green lights. Is there some red light here? Some reason this is bad? Do they have some check? Like, I don't think so. This just sucks, so let's go for it. I think they kind of have to trade here, or else lose material. And then I get to develop my queen. Oh. Okay, I guess that's not losing material per se. So takes. I mean, the square is. No, it is losing material, right? Square's attacked 3 times and defended only twice. Does order matter? I think I want to do this. Just because at the moment my knight's in a really nice spot and I'd rather not lose him. Or have to trade him. Okay, threatening mate in 1, except it is defended. So it's not even really a threat. If they try to dislodge the knight, so I guess what I have to worry about is suppose I just make a nothing move, and then they attack the knight. Then I could be in a little trouble. So, like, let's not make a nothing move. What about here? That forks the 2 knights, but then this. I guess it's just generally bad. It attacks the bishop, but all they have to do is move the bishop, and then this is a threat against my knights. So why don't I just, like, go here? Well, I can do that later, right? Once they commit more to the attack. And also it risks being dislodged. I could also, like, defend the knight, but it doesn't seem necessary. I can just push this pawn, but then the queen here would be sort of hard to dislodge. And they could maybe do something someday with it. I can't, like, move the knight here, then I actually do lose. This would be another way to disrupt things. But I think I have to do something about the fact that this knight is the only thing keeping me alive and can be disrupted quickly, right? I think this is... I just hate the queen coming here. I can do this, but it invites this battery later on this square. Well, I can maneuver my bishop into there eventually. Okay, fine. I'm probably no longer in the top 50% of rapid players after those last two games. Oh well. Oh no, my rating, right? I mean, we're obviously in like great shape this game. I just have to not mess it up, which is a tall order in many cases for me. Often my first order of business is to mess things up. As you saw in the last game, I got to it with ruthless efficiency. It's just like, I don't know. I'm super developed, and my opponent is kind of not doing much of anything. They just have these two pieces they're trying to checkmate me with. I guess that's the queen's threat, basically. So we probably don't want to go here, for example. Let's just get a rook on this half open file opposite the king. How bad could that be? Lets me maybe do stuff like this. But I should probably be developing a bishop instead. All right. The knight's getting involved. He can't really go anywhere without allowing himself to be traded unless he wants to go here, which is fine. I could block my rook's view of the world, which doesn't seem that exciting. I want to get to here and then here, but I can't do that really at the moment without something defending that square. Which I can't exactly do at all, actually. My idea was to go here. To challenge this bishop. But, like, what's the follow-up? There's nowhere... Well, okay. Here would be alright. Unless the bishop backs up this way. Which I think it will, right? No, I don't know. It wants to maintain this, probably. So here would be pretty cool, I think. Challenging the knight. He'll go here. And then maybe this bishop move. Why don't I just move the bishop first, though? Like, what's the big problem? Let's do this. I wanted to be able to move all the way to here in one go, but that's never going to happen. And this is an okay spot for the bishop. Unless I end up needing him to defend my life over here. Okay. Yeah. Sure. My knight doesn't have a lot of good squares. You got me there. But can't he go here? It's defended twice. And it attacks the queen? Where exactly is she going? And my bishop is watching over this square. So the rook can't get in too easily. We might even push h4 and g3 to stop this guy getting any further. And give my king a nice shield from all the dark square diagonals. Then I wouldn't want my bishop over here, probably. Okay, now we have this, which wins a knight. Or well, it doesn't win a knight. It trades knights, which is something I want to do. But they don't have to take yet. They could go here, check. This is undefended. No, it's defended by my king. So they can't do that. So suppose here, what do they have with their queen that would really upset me? Maybe here would be something? It's undefended. But I don't think it accomplishes all that much. Well, doesn't it though? Where's my knight gonna go? Back here, perhaps. But then he's attacked twice and defended once, and so I trade knights and lose a pawn. Maybe instead... Nope, that just drops the bishop. What about going back here? Defends the pawn, which is currently attacked only once. Okay. Maybe should have planned this out a little better, but it seems like I'm not immediately getting killed. And now he's over here to defend my king a bit. How did he get there? Okay, sort of a reroute through this square. Fine. Okay, castle's kingside, so this rook entering is no longer much of a threat. Attack the undefended bishop and the queen. That's exciting. I think they would have to do this to defend both. And then I get a trade in of the troublesome bishop. Great. Mission accomplished on that. And now something with these pawns, probably. Get a buddy for this guy, so I don't need a knight hanging onto him, or push more aggressively. This is not really going to be much of a success, but maybe here at some point? This pawn would be undefended, of course. But I can hang on to it. I think it's worth a try. Makes things harder still for this knight. Stops this, for example. I guess he has this, though. And it gives me a nice diagonal for my queen. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. I don't know, maybe not. If I try this, they just take, take, take. And I'm down the pawn. I could try to defend it. Maybe. This defends it a lot. Okay, yeah, let's try to defend. We're losing this pawn if I do that, though. It takes... Takes? I'd be okay with that. Let my queen get a bit more developed. Attacking their queen and their knight. And also this? Oh my god, yeah, that would be pretty serious. They would basically have to trade queens at that point. Aha. And now I can push to solidify these two pawns if I want. I'm not sure I do. But they can't take. And I get this now. Just stop that knight from doing anything. And I have the idea of like some discoveries with this knight. Not discoveries exactly, but they let me go here to pick up this pawn. Yeah, I guess it's a discovery. Sure, why not? I was thinking I'd like to discover an attack against this square instead of this pawn, but currently the pawn is defending, so I can't. So I want to get to like this file, right? I have a lovely pawn chain over here. Oh, really? Oh, this discovery doesn't work because then the knight's in the bishop's way, I suppose. Here, none of this seems amazing. I can do this, but it looks very weird. What is this pawn even doing? What if I just improve the rook and try to get over here? I probably should only improve him here, right? Yeah, this seems good. Now that they've made this pawn difficult to support, yeah, I wondered if they might try this. But now queen here is pretty threatening, I think. Right, this pawn is attacked twice, defended only once, and can't be defended again. If push... Oh, no, there you go. It's defended again. You got me. Now, suppose takes. Takes? Check. That's got to be good for me, right? It sacks the knight, but... They're going to have to block with queen or else lose, I think. Well, move. Check again. Move back here, here. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, let's go in for this. Oh my god, I'm dumb. The queen is guarding this. I thought I could just pick it up, but I can't. Okay, fine. Just throw away a knight and expose this file. No big deal. I thought this pawn was only defended once, but it wasn't. It was defended twice. I guess this would also have been a big threat, maybe. Threatening check, queen trade with another check. I'll do that next, but I don't think it was bad to bring the rook here, threatening here as well. Takes? Why not? They're defending this, but they're not really threatening anything back here, I don't think. Check. That's good, right? The only king moves that would be legal are here and here because of the bishop on the dark squares. And there should be some good follow-up, even if it's just picking up this pawn. And I'm getting back the material I invested in that pawn with my knight, I guess. Although I don't think it's because this was a particularly good plan. This? Is this anything? I don't think so, right? Rook takes, bishop takes. I don't end up getting the queen. This attacks the queen. King can take rook, but then I get queen. Alternatively, the queen just moves, right? So I don't think it's that amazing. Yeah, it seems pretty bad, in fact. Let's just go with this. And actually, oh, the rook is trapped, isn't he? He has to trade. This entire file is covered by my other pieces. So he has to go here and get picked up by the queen. I suppose you could defend him if you wanted, but that's still a trade. And obviously there's a lot piling up around the king now. This seems like an obvious thing to try. There might be something better. Like this. Forces the king here. And then what? I guess we would go here. Forces the king there, and then this to force the queens off? It'll depend on what the enemy does, of course. The opponent? I don't know. I feel like I've heard people talk about the enemy king and so on. I know in bridge, for example, you would never call your opponents enemies. That's ridiculously, I don't know, like you would never do that. Oh, look there? Is that so check? Or I mean check. Also forces king there, and so does this, right? Right. And then we just take the rook. Ah, yes. So here, win the rook. I believe. Let me just double check. No other legal moves. Can't take the diagonals. Can't go here. Can't take the rook's file. Gotta go there. And then we pick up the rook. The queen is pinned to the king, and the rook is defended by the queen. So we're actually winning a queen here, not a rook, I think. Oh, and also we're like winning a king pretty soon? Let's try to do it with check, if possible. What about here? Here forces this. Here. Well, wait a minute. Why don't this looks simple, right? This forces here. This follow-up forces one of these two, and then I don't really have actually checkmate, I don't think. Whereas if here, okay, black resigned. Well, finally a game that wasn't a disaster. Made in 6-3-2-2-2. Okay, so I was missing some stuff. Fine. One blunder here. Huh, I thought that was really cool, though. I guess what this evaluation means is that somehow what they did drops a piece, and I allowed them to win the piece, to, like, not lose the piece. Which is, like, true. They can trade, and, like, get out of this with no lost pieces. Just, like, I have a better knight. And I knew that when I did it. I wanted to get their pieces out of my face. Even if it meant trading. But apparently there's something better here. I mean, obvious things are like attack the bishop, but well, now they can't trade queens, but they're still even on material, and the queen gets out with no trouble. So what's the big idea? Like, I don't even see any ways to attack the queen. And she also has a ton of escape squares. Well, not a ton, I guess. That's a good point. These are her escape squares along this file. But she's also got this one. Okay, yeah, I guess she only has 3 squares. That's something to think about. But I don't see how I could really do much to take any of them away. And if I like try to attack the bishop, say they go in for the trade, I get this. Now the queen has developed this as another escape square. And she can just boop, squirt out, right? Is there some like move that's not related to the queen that just like kind of does some good stuff? Bishop here, it like attacks the knight. It's a nice spot for a bishop, but does not seem like a very good idea. There's no knight here. What about here? That's an interesting thought. It takes away some of the queen's escape squares so that she only has this one, right? No, she would have this now because the bishop's not there anymore. So what about bishop here then? But then we're not, I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. Pawn push? That wasn't on my radar at all. Why on earth is this good? Okay, Stockfish is trying to decide which pawn to take with. Decided it's better not to take it all. Still thinking about it. Okay, you like this one. Fine. So we just like sacrificed this pawn. And now it says, great, good work, push this one. And now they run away. No, they trade. Okay. And we have some cool stuff against the king, sure. But I don't really see what like okay, yeah, we sacked this pawn and it gave us this file. That's pretty cool. And also like this diagonal is nice. And it's saying invest more material. The attack is coming. Just throw the knight away to open up this. They don't want to take it because then your bishop gets here? Or no, your anything does because it's not defended at all. This is pinned, I see. Queen comes in, maybe? Oops. I don't know. I don't understand this line at all. It's saying you gotta make that pawn push. But you have to see the attack very, very well to understand why that's right. Oops, I didn't mean to review black mistakes, really. Anything else that was wrong? Yeah, we're supposed to take here. Stockfish actually thinks they shouldn't retake with the queen. Just go for the... Oh, by the way, this is the Scandinavian, right? Yeah. And it is mainline, even though Stockfish doesn't like it. Stockfish thinks they're pretty much the same, I guess. We get the knight out. We develop the pawn. Very good. And it thinks I could afford to put the bishop here or chase their bishop away right away. But what I did isn't horrible. It says you really ought to work on getting that bishop out of there. And then somehow there's this whole thing. Yeah, and they made a huge mistake here by not trading off. It thinks it's substantially better to take with the knight, which surprised me a little. Oh, we just left explored territory, huh? Wow. This game has occurred once in a master level game. And then black went on to win. Wait, is this... Those aren't masters. Are they? I mean... Am I... Oh, I'm in the Lichess database. Yeah, this has never happened in masters. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, this has never happened. Plus 11. Oh, yes, I did miss this. There's this pin, or not pin. Check with a discovered attack. It's not a fork, even though it is attacking the queen. The important thing is that we're attacking the queen here. So here, win the queen. Yes. I wonder if that whole idea is related to this pawn push idea. Does it somehow... Do we somehow create it here? I don't know. I guess not. Okay, but I didn't find that discovered attack. I was just so scared of I was like, okay. I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, I can clearly defend this. I just wanted to make sure I defended it. And I didn't see the opportunity for a counterattack. This was fine, and then they say I should have traded knights. I thought this wasn't going to work. Right? There was this idea. I see. The queen is trapped. A little. I mean, she's not totally trapped, but my problem I was thinking was after I do this, how am I rescuing the knight? Right? He's attacked right now, and they go here, and my knight's under attack. Their queen isn't under attack. How do I get him out? He can't go here, here, here. Oops, well, that's illegal. Here, here, here. These are all covered, right? Mostly, actually entirely by this bishop. Not entirely. These pawns help, right? All the places the knight might want to go are covered. But Stockfish points out, well, just go here. Your rook is guarded. Their queen can't go anywhere on this file, so she has to escape diagonally. And your knight is controlling the diagonal squares she might want to escape to up here. And of course, these are no good either because of my, say a lot of pieces, but, this, for example. And so it says, okay, they can get out of this. They have to sack a bishop. And then they win the knight, but they had to sack a bishop to do it. So you actually do end up winning the knight in the end. This black knight falls. You trade both of these pieces for this one piece. Unsurprisingly, I didn't see that. At first I thought, oh, this is great. I'll just win it, and they have to move the queen. Or else just trade. But then I saw this actually seemed like they would end up winning the knight back and a pawn. And I didn't see the way I could prevent that. It actually says don't go for the trade? Huh. I defended. Very good. I pushed. Very good. It says push again. That's a good point. But I wanted support. I wanted the pawns hanging onto each other, not like this. This pawn seems like it could become difficult to defend, but I guess just being anchored so deep in enemy territory, maybe it's worth it. And what I did is not so much worse. Oh, look. It wants me to grab the pawn, even before I put the queen there. Oh, of course. This isn't defended at all. It looks like it, but then this. Pinned to the king, you win the queen. So by adding a second attacker, I actually allowed them to add 2 defenders at once. And not be in danger of this. It says the knight attack is still best, which is a little bit of a surprise. It also remarks you don't have to double up to attack here. You can just do it. Yeah, you're right. Ah! Skip to end a game there. Yeah, and after this, there are some problems. It's saying just throw away a rook to get out of here. To stop the idea of queen here, I think. Actually, now that it's had some more time to think about it. Or wait, am I confused? That was the line after rook here. Yeah. Oh, thinking about it more, it says, actually, it's checkmate. Okay. Any better than mate in 11? Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, but I didn't do that. I doubled up for no good reason. Scooped up the pawn. The rook. Made this check. And now mate in 2. I thought something like this, but I didn't see the right follow-up. What exactly is it? Here. Oh, the king can't duck because the bishop's guarding that square. So this has to happen. And then checkmate. I see. Yeah, that's true. And it says, don't bother winning the queen. Just, oops, not that. Just go here. And then checkmate with the pawn and the queen, stopping the king from getting away. That's cute. Okay. Well, I had chances for some better stuff. But we were going to get there eventually. Mate in 1, bishop here. I guess so, yeah. Queen's covering every other square, and the bishop covers these too. All right, well, a disappointing session, but that's life. You get those sometimes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.